a defense, like no one's threatening to fire the Philadelphia defense, even though they gave up like 30 points to the Commanders, letting Sam Howell walk all over them. And no one cares because the offense was able to keep up. So, yeah. And then did you see the Seahawks? They traded for Leonard Williams today. Do you have any thoughts on that? I know he was a D lineman for the Giants. He had a really good 2020 season.
Yeah,
It's been okay.
Leonard Williams, interesting move. I mean, I thought the price was pretty high, 2024 second round pick, but it's a late second round pick nonetheless. But I thought the price was pretty high. But Seahawks, they want to go in. They're trying to bolster up the defensive line, and that's an area where they haven't necessarily been as strong. That's why they're adding pieces. They add Draymond Jones. They really lost one of those interior guys in Al Woods. I don't think Leonard Williams is the replacement. He's more of a 3 tech rather than a nose, a 5 tech or 3 tech rather than a nose. And so I expect him to fill in a role there for that defense. Seattle's looking solid. Still, I'm not confident in them necessarily winning the division, but they look solid. And so yeah, I'll give them credit for the move.
Okay, so I like you. I feel like, and maybe it's just the Geno Smith of it all and the 49er fanity of it all, where I'm like, I don't think the Seahawks are still like, I still believe that the 49ers are going to be are going to end up lasting longer in the playoffs than the Seahawks. Not necessarily. I am nervous for the game. I think that they have a really good secondary, which is shown to give our offense some struggles. So I'm not saying that like the games against them will be a breeze, but I just think like are the 49ers team at their best versus the Seahawks. The 49ers team has looked a lot more dominant. But if you're the Seahawks right now and you're kind of seeing the 49ers go on this little losing streak, do you think them as a team are confident that they could beat the Niners? I mean, we haven't faced them yet, so we have 2 more matchups against the Seahawks, which is in our own division, coming up fairly soon. Do you think if you're on the Seahawks right now or you're a Seahawk fan that you're looking at the Niners? Because I think we look at things from our team's perspective. But if you're the Seahawks, they're going all in, they're making moves. They don't seem to be afraid. They seem to be maybe noticing that there's some blood in the water and kind of trying to improve their own team and take advantage of this little rut that the 49ers are in.
No, I think they definitely have a reason to be optimistic. I mean, you look at it, you're number one in the NFC West right now. I think that's important. I think they've definitely got a reason to be optimistic. If you talk about the Seahawks, though, I mean, when you look at it, they got, they're 5-2. They've lost to the Bengals. They've lost to the Rams. You look at their wins. The Lions one was extremely impressive on the road, 37-31, a thriller. You look at the other teams, it's the Panthers, the Giants, the Cardinals, the Browns. The 49ers, they don't have really that impressive a resume either. But the reason that I say I
Browns
don't
game for the Seahawks is impressive.
but it was without Deshaun Watson. I mean, that was a game where you're going to get up against the backup quarterback as well. PJ Walker had a pretty poor game. I mean, he completed 15 of 31 passes, had 2 interceptions in the game. They also were with a limited Jerome Ford in that one. So, I mean, you look at it, the schedules for both sides haven't really been that strong thus far. 49ers have lost some of their stronger games. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I see it. But talent-wise, I think the 49ers are better right now. But you never count out the Seahawks, who are always a well-coached team, a well-organized team, and a team right now that seems like they're not – I mean, they're willing to make moves. So I think that you can definitely see some glimpses of hope on that side. And I'd definitely be ecstatic if I was the Seahawks right now, being where they are at the moment and having a